Good morning. Hi guys, so I see Russ, Craig, Mark, and I think Emma was booked in. Emily, good morning. Saturday, it's spring. Super excited to have the weather getting a bit nicer. What you'll need today is a block. If you have a couple of blocks and some pillows, might be useful for a couple of the hip exercises. Playlist is number 9, Flowing Brave, but we'll just leave it off for the moment because we're going to do some yoga breathing. So coming into hero's pose, you pop the block underneath your glutes, or if you have a pillow that also does the same thing, or if you just want to sit in a seated position or on your shins, that's totally fine as well, as long as you feel comfortable. So we're doing kapalabhati breath, which is a breathing exercise of pumping the belly. So it has a couple of benefits. One thing is it builds a lot of fire and heat, which is what we're trying to do in our classes now because it's spring. It also tones the belly. So I always laugh when I see those machines that people sit on the couch and put those electrodes on their stomach and they're like pumping their abs. This is kind of similar, but you're doing it yourself. So we're going to take a big breath in. I'll move my hands here so you can see my stomach. And we're going to let the belly be really soft. So we breathe into the belly and then we're going to pump the air out by contracting the belly and forcibly exhaling the air. So you can do this through your mouth, which looks a bit like you can have it with the teeth together and make a sh noise, or you can have the mouth just open, whatever feels better for you. So another option is another option, or through the nose is the final option, which is a bit more complicated for some people and more advanced as you get more comfortable. So I'll do it through the mouth with you guys. So we're going to take 30 pumps together and then we'll stop. We're going to exhale and hold out the breath, inhale, and then we'll do it again. Take a big breath into the belly, let it get really soft. And here we go for 30. Exhale all the air. Hold it. Big breath in to the very top of your lungs and hold it. Let everything be soft. So holding in that breath and relaxing those shoulders. And a big exhale. So kapalabhati means the forehead and also shining. So that's what it means in Sanskrit. And it's, if you can, once you get used to the breathing, focus between the eyebrows and close the eyes. It has a meditative element to it as well. So let's go again. Hands can be on the thighs or on your sides, whatever feels better. Big breath in, feel the belly. Close the eyes, 30 breaths. All exhale. Big breath in. Hold the breath. Relax the shoulders. And start to feel that you're already a little warmer. Taking a big breath out, removing the block, coming into child's pose for a few breaths. Spread the knees wide, feet together to allow you to sink a little further into the floor. If that doesn't feel nice, you can bring the knees closer together and allow your back to round a little bit. Gently push into the fingers and walk your hands up. Press play on your playlist if you haven't already, and we'll meet in a tabletop. Little cat-cow, so we're going to inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, push the floor away, look towards the ground. Inhale, one more, belly drops, gaze up. Exhale, push the floor away, gaze towards abdomen. Neutral spine, so flat back. We're going to tilt the tailbone a little bit. Want to avoid dumping in the spine for this next one. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Make sure the knees are under the hips so they're not back and they're not forward. They're right underneath those hips. With your shoulders, it's natural to kind of sink down a little bit. I want you to push up with your spine. So you're kind of like that angry cat position. And your knees might tinkle up a little bit, I want you to bring them down towards the ground so they're hovering. Squeeze the glutes, so don't let them chill, and hold this position. We're going to lift that left foot up and then back into a plank. Lift the right foot and back into a plank. Lift the left, back, knee hovers. Lift the right, knee hovers. Bring it back. Lift the left foot up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Take it back. Right foot up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Take it back. Left foot, knee to elbow, knee to wrist, knee to elbow, and back. Make sure you keep those hips over the knees. Right foot up, take it to elbow, take it to wrist, take it to elbow, and back. We're going to hold it here for a second. Last set in, come onto your elbows if you want to. If your wrists are hurting, come down here, okay? Lift the left foot up, knee to elbow, take it back. Right foot, we'll speed it up, knee to elbow, and back. Left foot, knee to elbow, to wrist, to elbow, and back. Oh yeah. Right foot to elbow, to wrist, to elbow, back. Push into a downward facing dog. Stretch out the arms. Wiggle out the feet, so bend one knee and then the other. Come down onto your knees. Cheeky little dolphin early on to warm up through the shoulders. Grab your biceps, hands out, fingers wide, tuck toes, and start to straighten your legs. Now, they can be bent. They don't have to be dead straight, but then start to walk them in. And we're going to protract. So what happens when you walk in is your head will start to naturally go towards your hands as you go forward. I want you to come back, protract through the shoulders so your head is off the floor. Lift the left foot up, flex the toe, and exhale, come down. Inhale, come down. Exhale up, inhale down. Flex the back foot. We're using the glutes here. Inhale up and down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Keep protracting through shoulders. Get that weight back away from the hands. Other side, option to come down for a break. Take a breath in, raise up. Exhale, down. 2, we've got 5, and down. 3, keep holding, keep protracting. And last one, and down. Whoo. Maybe rest the forehead on the floor. If it feels nice, maybe gently rocking the head from side to massage through your forehead. Pushing up into hands and knees. Walk your hands out a little further. We're coming into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Push up and back. Down dog. Look between the hands. Gently walk. We're going to take little steps and push through the heels as we walk up towards our hands. So we're getting a little bit of tension into the shoulders and weight into the shoulders. Also getting through the backs of the legs. Forward fold over the legs. You can have a bit of a bend in the knees. If you're working on the hamstring flexibility, try to get your belly on your quads first, and then maybe you can start to straighten the legs a little. And that is ensuring we're also getting into our back. So the muscles that can connect our back and our hips, the back is straight. Bend through the knees, slowly roll up. Hands come through heart center, big breath in. And exhale, hands to chest. Take a moment to breathe, maybe focusing on that point between the eyebrows. Inhale, hands up, and exhale to floor. Breath in, halfway. Breath out, hands down, option to step or to jump back. If you're jumping, try and do it nice and quiet and controlled. Now, in your plank, we're going to protract through shoulders. Option to have knees on the floor for this one. We're going to be here for a little while. Squeeze your thighs together. Turn on the booty. So a lot of the time I see people hanging out in plank where their back is sinking down and their glutes are not working and they're dumping into their back. Their shoulders are sagging. I want you to protract, one of our favorite words in yoga, and squeeze the glutes. Push through the heels and even squeeze your legs together if you know you've got really lazy glutes. Hold it here. Now for our chaturanga, we're going to come forward and come down a quarter of the way down and hold. Squeeze those elbows in, no chicken wings, nice and tight. Another quarter. You can do it, keep breathing. Another quarter, so close. Hold it like a long plank and then all the way down. Exhale. Inhale, baby cobra. Hands are under the shoulders. Open the chest. Add more fire. Squeeze the legs together and lift, or lift the hands, or both. Exhale, hands to floor. Push up and back. Downward facing dog, breath out. Pedal out the legs. Wrap those shoulder blades around the armpits and grip into the mat with your little fingers. Activity in the hands is really important as you progress your yoga practice and want to move into different types of inversions. Look between your hands. A jump if you want. Bend your knees. Look at where you want to go. Squeeze the pelvic floor and jump with control. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up. Hands up to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. We really allow that spine to furl up and down. Hands to floor. Step or jump back and flow. Option to knees on the floor or high to low plank or plank to 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll shoulders back, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, tuck toes, push back. Down dog. Pedal through legs. Now your down dog is not a chill out pose. This is still work. You're wrapping those shoulders, pushing through the heels, and maybe if you're very tight in the hamstrings, you're going to bend the knees and just make sure that your back is nice and straight rather than curling forward. Look between the hands, jump or step between the hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend through knees, rolling up, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to floor, step or jump back and flow. High to low. Choose your option of your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look between hands, jump forward. Sweep hands behind you, come into chair. We're going to pick up the fire. Are you ready? If you have knee padding, recommend you put it behind you now, about halfway down the mat, because we're doing traditional sun salutations. So make sure you pad up the knee. Exhale, hands down. Step the right foot back. Lower the knee onto the padding. Inhale, rise up. Hips come forward. Sink forward. Front knee shouldn't be over that front ankle. Hands up. That knee should not be in pain. If it is, please take the version with the knee up. Hands up. Claw with the hands. Drag and exhale. Hands to floor. Untuck back toe. Step back and flow high to low. Breath in to come up. Breath out, out dog. Out dog. Got a new pose. Right leg rises. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Lower left knee. Inhale, come up. So again, hips are sinking forward. We're coming into a stretch of the front rectus femoris and also a back bend here. So this is going to help your back bends. Claw the hands. Exhale, dragon. Hands to floor. Untuck back toe. Step forward. Fold over the legs. Breath out. Breath in, we roll up. Open through chest. Exhale to fold. Breath in halfway. Breath out, hands to floor. Exhale, left leg back, lower down. Inhale to rise, dragon hands. Maybe reach behind you, grab your back foot, pull it in towards the glutes for an extra back bend and opening through the quads. Hands to floor, gently let that back foot down, untuck the back toe, step back and flow. High to low. Breath in to come up. Breath out for out dog. Again. I really want to go out dog today. Left leg up, step forward between the hands. What is even out dog? Bring the knee to the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, dragon. Maybe reach behind you, grab the back foot, bring it in. I should just start putting subliminal words into my yoga class, like lettuce or spinach. So you want to eat spinach. Hands to the floor, untuck the back toe, step forward and fold over the legs. Breath out. Breath in, slowly rise up, stack the spine, reach up. Breath out, we roll through the spine, bend the knees, slowly come down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to floor and step back, right leg down, lower the knee, Rise up, inhale, exhale, dragon. Maybe reach behind you, pull the leg in. Inhale. Exhale, drop the leg, hands down, untuck back toe, step back, flow. High to low. Come in, up dog. And breath out, downward facing dog. Oh, I did it. Right foot forward, left knee down. Breath in, come up. Dragon fingers, exhale. Reach behind, maybe grab the back foot. Just an option, this one, okay? Take a breath in. Exhale, let it down gently, untuck back toe, step forward and fold. Maybe grab the elbows and gently rock from side to side. Inhale halfway. Exhale to floor. Step back or jump and flow. I'll meet you back in your downward facing dog. Removing any padding that's there for your knee for the moment. Inhale, the right leg rises up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Shoulders are even. Option to stay here and push through that left heel to get into the hamstring, or flip over into a back bend, known as flip dog. So stack the knees over the ankles and hips up towards the roof, reaching through that top hand. If you can stack the shoulder and your wrist as well, that's going to be easier for your shoulder. Exhale, hands down. Inhale to rise the leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Get low into a lunge. We're doing something a little different today for scissors. So those of you who did my class on Thursday, you know what to expect. We're going to come into a lunge where we're bringing our right shoulder underneath our right knee as much as we can. And then from here, what you can start to play with, if you want, is bending the elbow a lot and bending this elbow too, creating a little shell, and you start to raise up into a scissors. I'll do it from this side so you can see it as well. Underneath, flatten hands, bring the elbows onto the torso, straighten that leg out to the front and then out to the side, and see if you can lift. Just an option. Hands to floor. Come back to meet me. And then inhale, we rise up into crescent lunge. Dragon fingers, exhale. Come up onto the front ball of the foot, lift the heel. Inhale to drop, hands to hearts. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist over towards the right. So as you're twisting, the more that you twist into the torso, the easier it is if you want to get a bind. So if you do want to try a bind, you want to try and get more twist in the torso. I'm going to change quickly. My microphone's falling off. So holding there. Surprise. Coming out. Opening into warrior two. Interlace hands behind you, open through the chest. Get a little deeper into the legs, and exhale, coming forward and down, humble warrior. So this one is a pretty challenging pose. So we're going to bring the hips nice and deep, so bend deep into that front knee, bringing the hands over the head, maybe bringing that right shoulder on the inside of the right knee and gently opening it out. This is going to bring your glutes in between your feet and make it more of a hip opener. Whew. One more breath. Gently releasing the hands, placing them on the floor and walking your left hand over towards your left foot. Right hand goes in the inside of the right thigh as you straighten the arm and traction out your back. So your back is straight, and then bend into your knee a little more and you get this really deep groin stretch. Definitely will feel it through the side of the leg here and also stretch to the right side of the back. Gently straighten that front leg. Place hands to floor in the center. Bend through the knees. Come up. Come back into warrior two. Breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Resting on the thigh, option one. Option two, come to the floor, open the chest. Relax neck and head. Option three, reach behind you, half bind or full bind. If you have the full bind, bird of paradise. Step forward, come up. And if you want to play with straightening your leg, you can. When you've had enough, come down with control, back to our bound extended side angle. Hands to floor, step back and flow, high to low. Breath in to come up and breath out, downward facing dog. I don't know about you, but I feel like the heater is on and it's not, so it must be a fiery class. Inhale, the left leg rises. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. So bringing the knee towards the roof, gaze towards your foot to relax the neck. Option to stay here, or if you want a little back bend, you can flip over. If you like Wild Thing, you can do that too. I prefer Flip Dog because I stack the joints and it's less stress on the joints. Reaching forward, pushing the hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand down. Breath in, reach the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Come onto elbows if this is too much. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, knee to right elbow, cross onto the body. Inhale to rise. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale to rise. Exhale, foot between the hands. Get low into the legs. We're coming into that little funky hip or flying pose. Now, if you don't like arm balances, use this as a hip opener. So left shoulder goes underneath the left knee. Now, the more you try to get that shoulder underneath the leg and you come onto the ball of the back foot and push through the heel, this is a really intense hip opener. So you can stay here, or if you want to try to fly, walk the left foot out towards the side a little bit. Bring your hands a little closer together, bend your elbows a lot, put them on your torso as leverage, and then start to tilt forward and raise the back leg with your glute strength. If you've had enough, come back. Get ready for a crescent lunge. So bring your feet a little closer together so you feel secure. And breath in, come up, crescent lunge. Back heel is off the floor. Exhale, dragon hands. Raise that left heel. Exhale to floor, hands to heart. Breath in to lengthen, breath out to twist. So we hook that elbow around and we use that to twist into the back. So if you just twist here and you try to bind, it's going to be a long way to go, and my arm's not that long. But if you lengthen through chest and use that as leverage to twist open, then your bind becomes much easier because the twist is actually happening through the core, so your arms don't have to be so long. One more breath. Exhale, open. Warrior two. Whew. Our favorite, hands behind you, straighten the arms. The goal is to have the palms together, but if your shoulders are not open enough, it's okay to have them apart. Inhale to lengthen through chest. Exhale, humble warrior. So bring the head down towards the middle and then bring the left shoulder on the inside the left thigh or knee. Then gently push into the knee to bring the hips under the body more. And then try to bring those hands over the head. To make it more intense through the shoulders, the palms are together. To give your shoulders a bit of a break, you can have the palms falling apart. Whew. One more breath, hold it. I know it's tough. Keep engaging through the legs. Releasing through the hands. Place them under the face. Walk the right hand towards the right foot. Left hand goes onto the inside of the left thigh. Bend through the left knee and straighten through that left arm. Feel the stretch through left groin and left side of the back. Whew. Straighten the leg for a little break if you need it. Relax neck and head, chin to chest. Straighten that left leg, hands onto the face. Take a little breather with the legs and then slowly come up into warrior two. Exhale, come a little deeper. Breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Option to rest on the knee. Hand up, relax the neck and head. Or hand to floor. Or we come to half bind. Last option, full bind behind you. Bringing those hips. If you notice what I did there, my hips were out. My butt was out, and then I pulled my hips in and rotated my top shoulder towards the roof. Bird of paradise is an option. Step forward, come up. Woo. And if you want to play with straightening the leg, you can. Try to keep the shoulders open, rather than if you're hunching forward, you want to work on the shoulder opening first before the leg. Gently coming down with control, Step back, extended side angle, hands to floor and flow. Well done. You made it through level 3 of Jumanji. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze the glutes, and exhale, downward dog. Pedal out the legs. Take a breath, take a drink of water if you need it, or a little child's pose if you need that. Look between the hands, option to step or jump forward. Sweep hands behind you, breath in, exhale, chair. So I loved it. Emma said, you've brainwashed me in chair. I'm always like tucking my tailbone. And that's good, because a lot of the time you see this in yoga, and there's quite a few reasons why for a lot of people that is not good. It's usually because you're dumping into the back. So if we switch on the core, tilt the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, and squeeze the legs, our back is really safe. Rotate the shoulders so they're in the sockets. Come a little deeper. You ready for the next part? We're going to lift the right leg over, coming into eagle. Twist it around and right arm under. So right leg over, right arm under. I'll do it here so you can see me. Now, you don't have to have that back foot around the back of the leg. You can have it out to the side on the floor if you want. The most important thing is that you don't have your elbows on your chest. They're up, pushing towards each other and going towards the front of the mat. Really active. Come a little deeper, hold a little longer. Inhale, we raise up into stag. Bring that knee in towards the chest. Exhale, sweep behind you into warrior 3 with bound hands, eagle hands. Flex the back foot, lift it a little higher, squeeze right glute. Now bend through the left knee, extend back towards the back of the mat with the right foot as we go back into a lunge with control. Inhale to rise up, crescent lunge. Keep going into a back bend if that feels good. Breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Beautiful. Drop the back foot, open into warrior 2 with your eagle hands. I'll turn around so you can see me. Breath in to reach up through chest. Ostrich pose. We keep the hands in eagle and we go straight down the center. And the hands are going towards the floor. When you first do this, it feels really horrible. So a couple of cues. Bend deeply into that left knee. Bring the hips under the body and go a little deeper into the hips. And the hands will start to come down. If you're up here and you're bending through your spine, it's really hard. It feels horrible. So get deeper into the legs, bend the knees, and then you can start to keep the back straight and get that into the hips. One more breath. Exhale, push through those legs and gently come up with control. I know it's hard. And exhale into warrior 2. Open the hands. Half moon. Look to where you want to go. Option to use a block if you need it. It's a really good option. We're going to step forward, maybe hand on a block. Open up that right leg towards the ceiling. Flex the toe. Right hand up. If you're not using a block, hands can be on the floor, or extra challenge, lift off the floor. Option for quarter moon, grabbing that back foot, opening into a back bend. Hand can be lifted off the floor or on a block or on the floor. Focus, keep breathing. Exhale, release that back foot and fold over the legs. Give them a little pedal out, a little schmooze to release through the legs. Step feet together, sweep hands behind you, breath in. Exhale, you know where we're going, thunderbolt, chair pose, tilt the tailbone, come deeper. Inhale, left leg up, eagle pose, and over the top. Left arm under and twist. Now, if your arms are very tight and it's not able to do the full twist, you can just have them like this, okay? Just forearms together is fine. Come a little deeper, squeeze a little more. Keep the balance, even if you fall out, just come back in. Can you bend a little deeper into your knees and make it more of a squat so you're working harder? Last breath. Inhale, lift the left knee up towards the chest, stag. Exhale, sweep behind you, warrior 3 with eagle arms. Flex the back left foot. Hips are even towards the floor, no twisting. Challenge Bend through the right knee, straighten through that back leg as long as you can, get as low as you can, and then step back into a lunge. Breath in, come up, maybe a little back bend, crescent lunge, back bend. Exhale, hands towards center, drop that back foot, warrior two legs. Hands stay in eagle arms. Ostrich pose. Get deep into the legs. So push down through the blade edge of the left foot and get deeper into that right knee. From here, the hands towards the floor. The goal is the back is straight. This is coming from the hips. So come deeper into the hips and it will feel easier. You can actually have the hand on the floor and push against the floor as well, if that feels good for the shoulders. One more breath. The hard part is coming out. So lift the hand, get strong through the legs, and see if you can come out the way you came in. Oh, that's hard. Exhale, warrior two. Hope I wasn't covering my mic. And then go into your half moon. So block, maybe, hand on the block, lift up, open the hip here. So the goal is to have the foot, the hip, and the head in one line. The hips are opening towards the side of the room. Top hand is up. Now, you can do it on the floor, or you can raise. Find a point of focus that isn't moving. Quarter moon is an option. Grabbing the back foot, coming into a back bend, feeling through the hamstring of that right leg as well, potentially. Step the foot back, and then come down into a flow. High to low. Breath in to come up, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Option for a cheeky drink or a little child's pose if you need it. If you want more, turbo dog. Bend the elbows, squeeze them together, gaze towards your feet. Straighten the arms. Those of you who took a break, come back with the rest of us. We're going to breath in, right leg up. And exhale, watch carefully. We're going to bring the knee in towards the chest. Slide that left foot back a bit so you're more into a plank. Straighten that leg underneath you so the foot is in line with the hip. Hands on the floor. If this is too much, come onto your elbows. And what we're going to do is slide that foot out towards the side and come down so our glutes coming towards the floor. My back left foot is on the ball of the foot. I'm feeling it through the right side of my leg. Inhale, we rise up, pull it in, and exhale, back down. 5 of these. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, let the foot slide, come down. 2 more. Inhale, rise, let that foot come in. Exhale, let it slide along the floor, come down. Last one. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to pulse down into flexibility. Inhale, rise up. Sweep the knee in towards the chest. Step it through the hands. Low lunge. Catch your breath. Push back through that back heel. Place the right hand in front of the foot, to the inside of the foot, and open up to the side, extended side angle. We're playing with a deeper version of this now. So that right hand is going to go under and outside that right foot. So you're bringing your shoulder as much as you can underneath the knee, same as before. We're bringing the hips under the body and pushing down the blade edge of that back foot. The left hand goes up and maybe over. So this is a deep version of an extended side angle. Bringing the hips under the body, seeing how it feels. Everyone's a little different, but the more the hips come under, the more of an opening those muscles have to do. 1 more breath. Then exhale, hands frame the front foot. Step back, and flow. High to low. Breath in to come up. Maybe drop the knees. Breath out. Downward facing dog. Pedal through legs. You ready for the other side? Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Come more into a plank, so shift that right foot, supporting right foot down. Then put the knee onto the floor towards the right. Straighten the leg, flex the foot. So the foot and the hip are in one line. And then we exhale, let that foot slide over and come down the glutes towards the floor. Inhale to pull the leg in, rise up to a plank. Exhale, let that glute fall down to the floor. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, 3 more. Keep that left foot flexed. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Come to your elbows here if it's too much on your hands. Inhale, come up. Last one, down. Inhale, rise. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Sweep between the hands. Low lunge. Take a breath. Now from here, coming into a deeper version, coming to extended side angle first. Raise the top hand. If you want to take the further version, left shoulder goes underneath the left knee, left hand on the outside of the left foot. Open the chest. Bring the hips under the body to get straight. Watch that wrist on that left hand is not in pain. Then practice with opening and leading that hand towards the front of the mat. I showed some of you the full pose on Thursday, so you can have a crack if you want to go at that one. Otherwise, we'll leave that one for today. Exhale, hands to floor, step back and flow. Maybe drop the knees, it's been pretty intense, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog, open shoulders. Exhale, meet me down and downward facing dog. Look between the hands and gently bring the knees between the hands. So we're going into shoelace pose. So we're going to have the left knee bent and then the right knee comes over the top. So the goal is to have the knees stacked on top of each other with the feet out to the side. So the tops of the feet are going to the floor. Now, often people come into this and they say, I don't feel anything. And it's often because their glutes are not even. So people come into it and they're kind of sitting like this and they don't really feel anything in the hips. But you want to make sure that your hips are sitting between your legs and they're both on the floor. So you want to lift that left glute up until they're both flat, and then you'll start to really feel, especially through that left side. The one place you shouldn't feel this is your knees. So if you do feel it in your knees, just come out a little bit and don't have to have the knees stacked directly over each other. You'll still feel it in the hips. Now, if you're feeling pretty comfy here and you're quite bendy, another option is to fold forward. So you can gently start to bring the forehead onto the knees. And if you do that, if you want to intensify it, you can assist yourself by placing your hand underneath your left glute and moving it over to ensure both those glutes are flat on the floor, which will definitely intensify the hip stretch. And maybe coming into that focus today of between the eyebrows, which is sometimes a difficult one to explain to people who are starting with yoga. But a good way to imagine it is like we call it a drishti, or a focal point. So having that focal point between the eyebrows just gives you something gentle to focus on when the eyes are closed. And it's been identified as a really nice drishti or focal point for meditation. Can you release your jaw? Can you release your eyebrows a little more? Hands gently start to walk up if you're folding forward. That left leg underneath you, you're going to assist it to go straight. We're going into a single forward fold, but we're going to stack the knees. So that right knee, if you can, will be sitting basically on top of that left knee or just above. So I'm not quite there, but I'm going in that direction. The top of the foot, same cue as before, is to the side. Then from here, you can start to lean forward. You're going to notice you don't have as much because that right knee is forcing that left leg to be straight. So you're going to feel it more through the hamstring than our normal forward fold. So that's okay. If you don't go as far, that's fine. A little cheat that I use because I'm quite tight in my hips is inhale, lengthen through chest so the back is straight, and exhale to fold. If you have your tips of the fingers on the floor and you gently walk them forward as well, sometimes you can get a little further. Maybe wiggle your toes if you're feeling there's quite a lot of tension in the legs. Hands gently walk back towards the body. Undo the legs so they're straight. We have an option now of a reverse plank or reverse tabletop. If you don't like reverse plank, reverse tabletop is just coming up like this. Reverse plank is the legs are straight. Take a breath in to prepare and exhale to come up. Maybe the head falls back or look towards the belly. Open through chest. Keep those glutes squeezing towards the roof. Point the toes. The balls of the feet are on the floor as well. Exhale, lower the glutes down. Cross the legs. Step or jump through. High plank, down to low. Breath in, upward facing dog. And breath out, down dog. Little twist, so reach that right hand under the body and twist towards the left. You might need to walk your feet a little closer to your hands for this. Come back to down dog, left hand reaches under towards right ankle and twist, look under right armpit. Hands to floor, bring knees under the hands, other side. So we did right leg over last time, so we're going to swap sides. So the right leg goes under, the left leg over. You'll need to do some shimmying to see how this works. But your feet are going out to the side. So you don't want your feet to be towards the front because that's going to be quite stressful on the knee. You want them to be bent in towards your body and stacking the knees on top of each other. So if your feet were too far out, have a little play to see if you can bring them in. A self-assist, place your hand on your own bum. You're allowed to do that. Lift it up and over. That just makes both glutes on the floor, no twisted hips. Look at your hips now and they should be even. We love even hips in yoga. This might be intense enough for you, or you might want to gently start to fold forward. Again, if it's too much, you can let the feet come a little bit further forward and just bring that left knee over towards the left a little more so it's not so stacked. That'll make it a little less stressful for your knees and hips. And use your breath here so that you dry your breath is awesome to, if you're feeling tension, exhale deeply through the mouth with a constriction at the back of the throat. So it sounds a bit like that dragon breath. You could do it with the mouth open if you really need to release some of that tension. I sometimes do this to Ross when he annoys me. Can you let your head relax a little more? Can you release more tension through the shoulders? Hands gently walk in towards the body. Straightening that right leg out this time in front of you. Seeing if the knees can stack over each other. That left foot, the top of the foot, is down towards the right side of the body. Place the hands under the glutes, move them out of the way so you're sitting and your hip bones are straight on the floor. Flex the right foot and then start to fold. You're not going to go as far in this one as usual, especially if you're like me and you bend the knees in all of your fold forwards. This is much more intense because it's forcing that leg to be straight. So that's okay if the back is straight and you just gently release through the shoulders, chin to chest, and allow that stretch through the back of the leg. Staying here for a couple more breaths. And gently start to walk the hands up. Place hands behind you, legs are straight. Option to bend the knees and come into reverse tabletop or full expression, reverse plank. Breath in, prepare. Exhale, lift the hips up. The feet go onto the floor. Gaze back, squeeze the glutes. This is quite a challenge, so going into reverse tabletop is a great alternative. Look towards belly or head back. Exhale, glutes to floor, cross over the legs. Little jump through if you want. Jump back into plank or just come into plank in any way you want. And high to low. Breath in to come up. Breath out into downward facing dog. Outward facing dog is really weirdly in my mind today. I wonder, I need to embed that pose. Look between the hands, bring the knees between the hands, and slowly come down onto your back. We're going to do some movements with the legs straight. So bring the legs over the hips, and we're going to exhale, bring that left knee down. Place the right hands behind the calf of that right leg and pull it in towards the body. Option is to have the head on the floor. If you want to use more of the core, you're going to lift up, chin to chest, and exhale, swap legs. So left leg in, pull it in. Another side, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we inhale into the center and exhale as we pull the leg in. So inhale, center, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So a couple more. Getting into flexibility, but also into core. Couple more, 2 and 1. Bring the knees in, lower down. Little windscreen wipe from side to side or a rock of the knees from side to side. Place feet on floor, make a little diamond behind the lower back. Bring your feet up towards the roof. Point the toes for this one and little kicks straight up. And then 1/4 of the way down, we're going to do little kicks. So through these movements, if your lower back starts to come off the floor, please just stay at that level and don't take the legs any lower. 1 more 1/4 of the way down. Keep that lower back on the floor. Keep pointing through the toes. Little kicks. Another 1/4 of the way down. Keep kicking. If the lower back comes off, please come out of the movement or go back to the previous option. Right, almost on the floor, just little kicks. Keep pointing through those feet. Keep pushing the lower back into the floor. Bring the feet onto the floor, lower back onto the floor, and windscreen wipe the legs. Give yourself a little assist into the twist by placing your hands on your opposite thigh. Bring knees into chest. Now, option is a double leg lower, or what I can do with you as an alternative is knees over hips, flex the toes, and we're going to extend the right leg out and down, tap it on the ground and back. Now, your option is to straighten the legs and try to bring them down and back up. That's the hardest version. Or come with me. Exhale, left leg straight, tap on the floor and bring it back. Right leg straight, take it down, tap it. Now, if it's too hard to straighten the leg, keep the knee bent and just tap the knee on the floor with a bent knee. So we're going to go straight, down and back. Left and back. Right and back. Stay with me. We're going to do another 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1, and back. Now I'm feeling it. You can gently come into a little twist, both knees to the right, shoulders are even on the floor. Inhale to center, exhale both knees to the left. Come back to center, back bends. So great option, bridges with blocks, or if you don't want to use them and you've been doing this for a while, you may not need it. So bring the block between the thighs, tickle the backs of the heels. This is to make sure we're engaging properly. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, rise up. Roll shoulders under, straighten the arms, open the chest. Push through the heels. It's really easy just to hang out here and this to be not actually activating at all. Like right now, it probably doesn't look very different, but I'm actually not doing anything. So I'm going to push my hips towards the roof, squeeze the block, push the heels into floor and pull the heels towards my glutes. Roll my shoulders under a little more, bring the chest up towards my face, and this is active. Keep squeezing the block, tilt the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. Gently release the hands, lower the upper back, middle back, and lower back to floor. Remove the block, windscreen wipe the legs. Second option, you can do exactly the same thing. Really recommended if you have any back injuries or if you are new to yoga. If you want to take it further, I recommend to do the bridge with leg raises. And the last option is an option for wheel with leg raises as the last option. So tickle the backs of the heels, prepare. Take a breath in and exhale, rise up. Interlace hands behind you, open chest, right foot to the center of the mat or your body, left knee in towards chest, straighten through the foot. Now it's okay to do the version we did before. You don't have to do this. Push through that right heel, lift the hips up, use that right glute. One more breath. Bend the knee, lower the heel. Walk the left heel into the center of your body. Exhale the right knee into the chest, straighten through the heel towards the roof. Push through that left heel, lift the glutes, activate through left glute, push towards the roof. One more breath. Bend the knee, take it down. Release the hands, upper back, middle back, lower back to floor. And windscreen wipe. So this releases through the sacrum and the lower spine, which gets a nice, really deep stretch here in our back bends. Last option to do exactly the same thing, or we can come into wheel. When you come into wheel, you have option of wheel or wheel push-ups or wheel leg raises. So I'm going to do some wheel leg raises today because I'm trying to work on my back bends again because I've lost them a little bit. So you're welcome to join me if you want. Hands behind you, elbows towards the roof. Walk your feet in a little as close as you can, so you can tickle the backs of the heels if you want. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to rise up. So the more that you straighten your arms, the more challenging it is. So if you want to bend your elbows, we'll take away that back bend a little bit if you're starting out. So if you want to progress it, you're going to start to straighten those arms. Also, what makes it easier is coming onto the tippy toes. So you can try bending the elbows and coming onto tippy toes is option one. Or if you want to progress, you drop the heels and straighten the arms. Stay up for as long as you can. If it starts to feel too much, look towards your chest, bend your elbows, and slowly come down and lower down the upper back, middle back, and lower back to floor. And windscreen wipe the legs from side to side. So with back bends, if your goal is to improve your back bends, then at the end of every class, you should be trying to come into wheel most classes, most days, because with back bends, if you're not practicing it a lot, you won't get that progression or improvement. So if that's what you're looking for, then when we come into our bridge poses at the end of every class, the back bend section, you can progressively work towards your wheel every class. Straightening out the legs. Exhale, bend the right knee in towards the body. Pulling it up nice and tight. So what this will do is push that spine into the floor and force it to be straight because you're pulling in the leg. So this is really good after compression. And exhale, bring the knee over the top of the body towards the left. Maybe gaze towards the right or just have the face looking towards the roof. I like to give myself a little assist, placing my left hand on my thigh or knee and pulling it deeper towards the floor. This is going to deepen your twist. So if it doesn't feel good, just let it be more gentle. Inhale to center. Make sure that lower back is on the floor. Straighten through that right knee. Exhale, bring the left knee in towards the body. So we're pulling it in nice and tight. Again, it does the same thing. Make sure your spine is flat against the floor. It's going to push down with that weight to straighten. Exhale the left knee over the top of the body. Maybe a little gaze over towards the left if that feels good, or just head towards the roof. I've had a lot of back bends in this class and hip openers, so a little longer in our twist is important to make sure our back feels good when we come into Shavasana. Inhale back to center, lower back's on the floor, maybe a happy baby if you want a little bit more opportunity to release that lower spine. Little rocks from side to side. And when you're feeling ready, straightening the legs, and we'll come into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Start to bring awareness of the heaviness of your body on the floor. Feeling the weight of your body as gravity pulls it down. Feel the muscles released. And the tension is melted away. Taking a big breath in. And exhale, release. Making little wiggles with fingers and toes. Maybe the head gently rocks from side to side. Licking the lips and stretching the hands up over the head. Stretching all the way through the body. Exhale, bring knees into chest, giving yourself a big hug. Bring that chin into chest and that neck nice and long along the floor. When you're feeling ready, rolling onto your favorite side and use your bottom arm as a pillow. Keeping those eyes closed. And then gently help yourself up to a comfortable seated position when you are ready. We'll finish with our hands gently on our thighs. Eyes closed, chin gently drawn in to elongate the back of the neck. And I'll finish with a quote today. Yoga is not just a repetition of postures. It is more about the exploration and discovery of the subtle energies of the self. So this is from Amit Ray, who developed Vipassana meditation. And he said that the subtle energies can be felt by sitting in silence amongst the lush trees or nature, focusing on the center of your forehead with your eyes closed. So we'll take a moment just to take that focal point to between the eyebrows and take a few silent breaths together. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath for yourself. And then bow down to yourself and then the others, for everyone in this community, in this class. Thank you so much for showing up on the mats. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful day outside and you get outside into the sunshine for a walk or a run of some kind. And thank you so much for spending your Saturday with me. And I hope you enjoyed the class. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Craig. Have a beautiful day and speak soon. Oh, Brave Social tonight. If you want to come, you can book online. It's on as a free class on Mindbody, and the link will be sent to you via Google Hangouts. It's at 7 p.m. So bring dinner, food, and maybe a beverage of your choice. And we'll have some fun tonight. Have a little chat. Bye.